So I've been showing a lot of houses lately in the new upcoming community right here in my hometown of Parrish, Florida, called Oakfield Trails. So why are some of my buyers deciding against Oakfield Trails?
An old woman who has fought 1,000 battles with death and always won. Now she's faced with a grim decision, whether or not to
choose Oakfield Trails. There are so many great things to love about Oakfield Trails right here in Parrish, Florida. You've seen the videos. I've seen the videos. They're beautiful. There's several builders in here, and we're going to get to that. There's several options as far as lots are concerned. The biggest deal with Oakfield Trails is it's going to be amenities on steroids. I mean, it's going to have so much more than most communities have, because this is one of the first concepts here that's going to have what they call the Harvest Club, and that is basically kind of a country club that you have to be a member of in order to enjoy. Could that Harvest Club and having to be a member, well, for the rest of the time that you live here, could that be the elephant in this community? Because I want you to know the fine print about becoming a member of the Harvest Club. And are the dues going to be too much for your budget? It's going to work for some, not going to work for others. And that's what we're going to get into in this discussion today.
Wow, it is windy here today, so I had to get out of the wind so that I could actually get in here and talk to you so you can hear me. But again, we are talking about the brand new, highly praised, sort of one-of-a-kind community right here in my hometown of Parrish, Florida, called Oakfield Trails. And I'm going to tell you in a few minutes why it's sort of a one-of-a-kind community, because this community is going to offer a different concept in master plan developments that hasn't been available here in Parrish since River Wilderness. But for now, I want to share that even though there are some awesome, great videos about this new Oakfield Trails community, and most of them give you really good information about the builders. And of course, you're seeing model home tours and they're all beautiful. On this channel, I don't want to just show you all the shiny new things, right? Because we all do that. I want to, on this channel, give you as much information as possible, which means, well, sometimes we're going to talk about the good and the potentially not so good aspects of a community, if the shoe fits, of course, so that you are not caught off guard if you're considering a neighborhood like Oakfield Trails. Because I'm telling you, there is some fine print that you need to be aware of that may or may not appeal to you and your budget. And right now, well, there's not as much chatter about the breakdown of the actual monthly fees or whether this is the right move for your budget. So today, we're going to do what not many others are doing on YouTube right now, and that is putting Oakfield Trails under a microscope. And yes, we're going to go over all of the builders that are building in this community, the types of houses they're offering, all of the great amenities, because they are great, and of course the price ranges. But I also, like I already said, I want to go over the real monthly fees and why this community is a different concept than communities like North River Ranch. We're going to go over the pros and cons, and will this newish concept thrive here in Parrish, or will it end up pricing a lot of buyers out? And hey, if you've had your eye on any of the great communities here in Parrish, Florida, whether it's new construction or even resale, because we have great resale communities too, I want you to use this channel kind of as your go-to for in-depth, deep dives into not just the communities and the shiny new homes, but for the market data and the mortgage information, the national and the local real estate trends, and just simple, everyday lifestyle videos that let you know what it's like to live or even snowbird right here on the Gulf Coast. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so YouTube knows we are doing something useful. So let's dig into Oakfield Trails, not just the sales brochure version, but the real version. All right, let's do this. So what is Oakfield Trails? Well, first let me give you the big picture. Oakfield is a master plan community in Parrish, Florida with two main neighborhoods. One is called Oakfield Lakes, and that is on the north side of Buckeye Road, as you can see right here on this map. And if you want to know more about Oakfield Lakes, fees are less. You need to watch some of these videos where I break down that section. And of course, Oakfield Trails, which is what we're talking about today, which is on the south side of Buckeye Road, and it spans all the way south to Moccasin Wallow. Both Oakfield communities are connected by a web of walking trails and pocket parks. So I want you to think small town, old Florida vibe, but with all the Wi-Fi, you need to work from home, or maybe you're helping kids with homework. It's got all of the modern technology that you need. Oakfield Trails is only a few minutes east of I-75, and there's going to be multiple phases built out. There's Oakfield Trails West, which is phases, I believe, 1 through 3. And of course, additional phases are coming, and most phases have already gone through Manatee County's construction plan and final plat approvals, as you're going to see as we're driving around. So this isn't just some vague idea on a whiteboard. As you can see from those videos that I took, the roads are in, the utilities are in, the lots are already platted, and some model homes are now open. Several homes are already available for sale for quick move-in, and several others are under construction. And I noticed a few people are already living in Oakfield Trails. So the current plan calls for around 1,300 homes when everything is built out. So this is not going to be a tiny cul-de-sac neighborhood, right? It is a full-on lifestyle community. Now, if you're concerned about schools and school zoning, well, some of the sales reps are quoting Virgil Mills as the elementary, and some are saying Barbara Harvey. While I know Barbara Harvey is closer, it's maybe a 4 to 5 minute drive as an elementary. So we'll have to wait and see which one is which. I know it's right now Buffalo Creek Middle School, which is about a 12-minute drive away, and Parrish Community High School, which is a great school too. It's only about a 10-minute drive from there. I will say, and I've said it on other videos, that this Parrish School District is undergoing a rezoning right now as we speak. So over the next 2 years, the school designations could and probably will change a little bit. And if it's important to you to get in on that conversation and you want to read about what the proposed school zoning changes are going to be, I'm going to put that district website link in the description below. So be sure to check that out and you can read up on it. But either way, no matter what they do, all of the schools are pretty close by. And here's a really nice bonus. You're going to love this about Oakfield Trails. It sits in an X flood zone, which is considered low flood risk. Now, remember, that doesn't mean no risk ever. We are in Florida, right? It is what it is. But it does mean that you're less likely to flood. Now, we've lived in an X zone, and I'm in Parrish as well, as you know. We've lived in an X zone for 11 and a half years, and we've never had flooding in our yard or near our home. And if you're really curious about how the hurricanes have affected our areas, then again, you really need to check out this channel because I have several videos where I show you what went down, like what we went through. I even have a video of Hurricane Milton this time last year where I take you through the entire event, even in the dark. I'm making a video in the dark during all of Milton. So if you want to see that, you can see this video right here. But remember, if you have a mortgage on your home that's in an X zone, what that means is that you're not required to have a flood policy. Although it never hurts to have one. just in case. All right, so let's get into builders and floor plans and prices and fees and that sort of thing. We have great choices in Oakfield Trails for builders. It's going to be planned a lot like, I would say, North River Ranch, in that there are several builders. It is multi-builder by design. Lots to choose from. You've got Pulte Homes, DR Horton, Meritage Homes, Homes by WestBay, and Ashton Woods. Let's dive into each builder and what they're offering as of now. That could change. And let's talk about the price ranges you can expect from each builder.
So very quickly, I wanted to show you the entrance from Moccasin Wallow. Not a lot of traffic because it's a Sunday, but yeah, this does get a lot of traffic during the week. But you do see the entrance here. It's a very nice entrance. They've already put everything in. Now, of course, nothing is lush yet. It's all got to grow in. It's going to be beautiful eventually. And you will notice over here on the right, a bike lane. This is very common for Parrish. I think it's really nice. You'll see people biking together. And of course, I guess competitive bikers do this as well. That guy looks like he is booking, doesn't it? Well, again, that's because I sped up the video. We're going to go into the roundabout. I'll be your roundabout. I think that's a Yes song. And we're headed over here to the Pulte and DR Horton sections. You'll see street lights. What a concept. Not too many neighborhoods do have street lights. We're getting more. So that over on the right was the Pulte section. Up here on the left are the two DR Horton models. Let's get into it. So let's start with some of the lower price points and we'll work our way up to the highest price point homes. And we're going to start with DR Horton. So over here on the right is the site map for the DR Horton section of homes. You can see they've provided several lot options here, and a lot of them have water, which is really nice. We're going to drive and see a few in a little bit. And of course, they're going to offer both a one-level homes and two-story home options. They are going to offer 3 lot size options, 40-foot, 50-foot, and 60-foot wide, and of course, a 2-car garage or a 3-car garage option, having anywhere from 3 to 5 bedrooms in their houses, anywhere from 2 to 4.5 bathrooms, and anywhere from 1,504 square feet up to 4,000 square feet. So you're going to have a lot of options here with DR Horton. Home prices will start about $327,000 and go up to about $570,000 for those larger square footage homes. And remember that DR Horton does not customize, so you get what they pick out in the house. You can choose a lot if that house is being built on it. And they are the only builder that offers block construction on the 2nd story, which is really nice. So let's head over to Meritage Builders, which is, I would say, the next level of pricing. And you'll see their site map here. Again, a lot of lots with really nice water views. And they're going to have 3 different series of homes. The same as over at Salt Meadows Meritage Homes, and that is the Premier, the Classic, and the Signature Series homes. So Meritage will have similar lot width sizes, just like DR Horton. And they're going to offer anywhere from 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2 to 4.5 baths, 1,269 square feet up to over 3,800 square feet, and range anywhere from $310,000 up to $650,000. And they will also offer a variety of 2-car, both single level and 2-story homes. And of course, homes that have 3-car garages. Here's a rancher with a 3-car, 1 level, and of course, 2-story homes with 3 cars as well. Now we're looking at Pulte's, and they offer 2 home series, the Regal and the Signature. This is the lot sizes here, 40 and 50 foot lot sizes. And these lot premiums are extra money. And here's what Pulte Homes has to offer inside both of the series, anywhere from 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2 to 4.5 baths, anywhere from 1,700 plus square feet up to over 3,500 square feet plus structural options, and anywhere from $357,000 up into the 540s. And again, you've got to pay the lot premium for any lots that you want to put your house on.
Now, the last two builders are going to be in a gated section, and yes, the fees will be a little bit more because you're paying for the maintenance of that gate. And these will be a little bit higher priced. We're going to start with Ashton Woods, which is kind of a newer builder to this area, so it'll be nice to see what they build. As you can see, we're going through the gates, and here's some houses, and here are some of the lots that they offer. Again, going to have some nice lots here. You will pay lot premiums as well in this gated section. And here is the site map for where the gated section of Ashton Woods is. They're going to have 50-foot and 60-foot wide lots, 2 and 3 car garage options, 3 to 6 bedrooms, and 2 baths up to 5.5 baths. It's a lot of bathrooms to clean. And Ashton Woods is going to offer 1,709 square feet up to almost 4,000 square feet. Prices between $370,000 up to $607,000. Now remember, these are base prices. You will have to add in the lot premium. And let's head over to the highest price point homes that are going to be in this gated section, which is Homes by WestBay. They're going to offer 60 and 70-foot wide home sites, 3 to 7 bedrooms, 3 to 5 bathrooms, 2,529 square feet up to almost 4,900 square feet. That is a lot of house to clean. And Homes by WestBay will be the only builder that all of the homes are 3-car garages, anywhere from $630,000 up to $874,000. Now that's just the base price. You also have to include the lot premium, and all of Homes by WestBay will have tile roofs. So what are you going to get for all those monthly fees that we haven't talked about yet? Let's talk about the Harvest Club. This is the amenities in the clubhouse. And I told you I was going to share with you this newish concept and how we haven't seen this type of community center, this community amenity concept since the older community of River Wilderness was started. They started development back in 1983. I know, I was still in junior high, almost high school. So Oakfield Trails is built around one big idea, and that is the Harvest Club. This is a private, members-only social club right in the center of the trails side. And it's what sets Oakfield Trails apart from most of the other master plan communities right here in Parrish. We haven't had a club since River Wilderness. So it is kind of sort of like River Wilderness without the golf course. And of course, without all the more custom built homes in the River Wilderness community. But the private members-only club aspect is sort of the same. Now here's what's planned for the Harvest Club. A zero-entry resort-style pool with a slide tower. I think they're going to call it Wild Waters, Adventure Fall, something like that. Plus a splash-style feature for little kids. I think that's kind of cool. They're going to have a Strong Roots fitness center with a full gym, a group fitness studio, and of course, outdoor yoga lawn. I don't know about the goat yoga. There's going to be 6 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, plus bocce ball courts, and some play lawns so you can pick up your own flag football. Now, the Grand Oak Hall is a clubhouse, restaurant, and bar for everyday dining and community events. It's going to be kind of cool. And there's something called the Backyard, which is a big event lawn and a natural playground designed for family events like Easter's. There's going to be food trucks and pavilions and picnics and just a place to burn off some kid energy. I know I'd be taking my kiddos there. Of course, they're grown, so I don't have to. There's also going to be a dedicated lifestyle director whose entire job is to plan fitness classes, social events, clubs, any kind of clubs, and of course, programs year around. And let's not forget the trails and the pocket park, so you can hop on your bike and ride around. Now, if that sounds more like a country club without the golf course, well, you're not wrong, because that's exactly the vibe they are going for. And remember, we talked about the other Oakfield community on the north side of Buckeye Road called Oakfield Lakes. Well, Oakfield Lakes, they have their own amenity center called the Grove. I told them they should call it the Groove, but they didn't listen to me. But amenities are not shared, so they can't come to Trails and you can't go there. So if you buy in the Trails, your lifestyle hub is the Harvest Club. If you live in Oakfield Lakes, you're going to be using the Grove. There is no cross swapping. All right, we're here. We're going to do the math. Yep, we're going to break down those fees so you can see the real Monty. The full Monty? Anyway, are the fees too expensive? This is where most YouTube videos get a little vague. And I'm not going to be vague because it's not my style. I'm going to give you each builder's full monthly fees, the ones that they're disclosing and telling us about right now, so that you are not caught with your bank card hanging out. But remember, these fees can change, so I will always make sure that I verify for my buyers the current fees with the builder before you ever sign on a dotted line. So, let's rip this Band-Aid off.
Now the fun part, the fees for DR Horton. So I'm going to break it down in what you pay per month. So I'm not going to just give you the annual fee for this and then the monthly fee for that. I'm just going to break it down so you know what's coming out of your pocket every month. And remember that the monthly fee does include Wi-Fi for all of the different builders, and the monthly fee consists of the CDD fee, which is in your property tax bill, not your property taxes, it's just in the bill, and your HOA fee and your club membership fees. So if you have a 40-foot wide lot, your all-in monthly fee is $457. 50-foot lot, $486. And if you have a 60-foot wide lot, your monthly fees are $515. Remember, they can always go up. And just to give you an idea of some of the lots that are going to be offered by DR Horton, you can see some of these. I think a lot of these are going to be pretty nice. Some of them are going to have water behind the houses, which they call waterfront, even though it's water back. Anyway, and there's also going to be, of course, lots of sidewalks in the community. There's also going to be a lot of preserve views, as you can see, these beautiful trees. They're really nice to walk into your home and see water or trees. And of course, some of these homes are going to back to other homes, and those will be, of course, less expensive. Now, I do want you to be aware of that several of these lots on this side are going to have power lines behind them. So again, I don't know if you can see them way back there, but there is a power line corridor that runs through the Moccasin Wallow corridor, that road there. And so some of you are going to have way in the background some power line views, but hey, it is what it is. And of course, these will be the least expensive lots. And the all-in monthly fees for Meritage in the Premier Series is $409. I think that's the lowest so far in this community. And then when you go over to the Classic Series, the all-in monthly fees are $455. So again, they're not doing your lawn in this community on any of the houses with the builders. And the Signature Series all-in monthly fees are $501. And the all-in monthly fee for the Regal Series for Pulte is $423, and for the Signature Series is $457 a month.
And we'll go on over into the gated area of Ashton Woods. Now, these prices are going to be a little bit more a month because you're paying for that gate. So just keep that in mind. And the dues that you're going to have here for 50-foot wide lot, $446 a month, 60-foot lot, $481, and the 70-foot wide lots are $511 all in every month. And of course, the highest price point homes by WestBay in this gated section, and they're going to offer a lot of really great floor plans, as you can see here. Many good size lots. Again, these are 60-foot wide and 70-foot wide lots. Again, you can see the nice street lights. You'll see that there are some that back to some nice preserve areas. There's also some water views. They do offer the tile roof and the paver driveway and the paver walkway. And the monthly dues for WestBay on the 60 wide lots is $574 a month, and the 70 wide lots is $616 all in monthly fee.
Whew, yeah, come on back, come back to me. Have you caught your breath yet? It is those numbers right there. The monthly fees and the very real possibility of yearly cap raises in those fees that are making some of my buyers decide against living in Oakfield Trails. Because remember, you're realistically looking at anywhere from $400 to $600 plus per month in community-related carrying costs before you even talk about property taxes, homeowners insurance, and of course your mortgage payment. So is that too expensive for most buyers? Well, it depends on the buyer. I would say for someone relocating from a very high-cost market and you want that resort style living, you never want to hear your kids say that they're bored, right? You want a real restaurant and you want a bar and you want structured activities. Well, those big fees per month for amenities like that, well, that might feel like a deal to you, especially compared to some of the full-blown country club communities that you have in other states. Yes, Oakfield Trails is going to work for some of you. Now, for the buyer who doesn't use the pool much, if you're a buyer and you don't want group classes or anything, or maybe you work 60 hours a week and you just really want a nice place to sleep at night, or if you're a buyer who is stretching every dollar just to qualify for a mortgage, well, those fees are probably going to feel very heavy. Remember, you cannot opt out of the fees because you won't use the amenities, right? You can't say, well, I won't use them, so I don't want to pay it. Membership is required of all homeowners, and there's even information on the developer's website that eventually there will also be a non-resident membership available to people who don't even live in Oakfield Trails. And of course, those people, they're non-residents, they'll have to be approved, by putting in an application, paying fees, the whole process there. And of course, they're going to have their own fee structure. So remember, if it comes to that, there could be non-resident members as well, like a typical country club. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the Harvest Club is slated to open in 2027. They haven't started it, broken ground or anything, so we'll see. All right, so let's talk the pros and cons. No fluff, just pros and cons. The pros. Who Oakfield Trails is perfect for. Let's put it this way. You'll probably love Oakfield Trails if you want a resort-style community, but you don't really care about golf. You want all that other fun stuff. It's good for you if you like the idea of a private social club with a restaurant and a bar and a lifestyle calendar that's built into the club. It's perfect for you if you want multiple builder options from more budget-friendly like DR Horton and Meritage up through Pulte, all the way up to Ashton Woods and Homes by WestBay, and you want it all in one master plan. It's perfect for you if you want to be in Parrish's fastest growing Moccasin Wallow corridor, which means you're close to I-75 with easier commutes to Tampa and St. Pete and Sarasota and Bradenton and lots of brand new amenities. Perfect for you if you want new construction in a low flood risk zone, Zone X, and you want modern building codes built into your home. Now the cons. Where Oakfield Trails might not be your match. Let's put it this way. You'll want to think hard or maybe even look elsewhere if you hate paying for amenities you're not gonna use, because
The Harvest Club fees are real and they're recurring fees, and they're likely going to go up over time. Isn't that fun? It's not good for you if you are super fee sensitive and you would rather keep your monthly HOA or CDD under, say, $300 or $250. Now, there are parish communities with lower carrying costs, but still have some great amenities. And there are some communities here in Parrish that have no amenities at all. I live in one of those communities. It's not right for you if you can't stand the idea of ongoing construction, because remember, Oakfield Trails is going to be under construction for many, many years as all of the phases build out. So if you're allergic to construction noise or dust, this is not going to be your happy place. Well, not yet. And it is not right for you if you prefer small and quiet and low-key neighborhoods over a big master plan community with constant events and constant activity. So I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, Kathryn, what's your honest take on Oakfield Trails? Because that's what you ask me when you call me. Well, I think the big question is, are the Oakfield Trails fees too expensive for most buyers? And here's my honest take. For a basic 3 to 4 bedroom home here in Oakfield Trails, plus principal and interest and taxes and homeowners insurance, and then on top of that, whatever the fee is that you're paying a month in those community costs, well, you are paying for a lifestyle. You are not just paying for a house on a street in a neighborhood. So the question is not, are the fees too high? The question is, do the fees match how you want to live your life? For the right buyer, Oakfield Trails is going to feel like an everyday resort. Again, we always call it staycation. For the wrong buyer, it's going to feel like a really huge, beautiful financial burden and probably a big financial money pit. If you're thinking about Oakfield Trails and it's intriguing to you, here's what I suggest. I suggest we get together and actually walk the dirt, right? Let's drive all of the phases that are already underway. Let's drive by and look at the models and let's see what fits your budget. Let's also remember to look at how close the homes sit to the road, how close are they to each other, where are they in relation to the ponds and the power lines. And of course, we want to pay attention to where the Harvest Club is going to be on that map. And yes, there are power lines in some sections. I'm going to make sure that we get a written fee breakdown for the exact section and the exact builder that you're considering. So that would be the HOA, the CDD, the Harvest Club contribution, the monthly dues, and of course, that $800 one-time capital contribution fee that you're going to pay at the closing table. Yeah, that's another fee, but it's just one time and it's at the closing table. And I want to make sure that we run the full monthly payment, right? The mortgage plus the taxes and the insurance and all community fees. And then I want you to ask yourself, hey, if the stock market got weird or, my job changed or something, would this payment still feel comfortable? And I want to make sure that we compare lifestyle apples to apples. So if you are looking at other parish neighborhoods, and we have a lot of great ones, I want to make sure that we line up what you get for the fees, like in this neighborhood compared to this neighborhood, right? Are you comparing a resort style private membership club to a neighborhood that just has a simple pool and maybe a playground, because the context does matter. Of course, if you want someone who does this level of homework on every community, not just Oakfield Trails, I'd be honored to be that resource for you. So be sure to reach out and we can set up time to talk, do a Zoom, and be sure to get your free Parrish, Florida relocation guide, or I've also got a Gulf Coast relocation guide just on Manatee and Sarasota County. So make sure you get them both in the links below. Whew, it's so hot in here. If this video sheds some more light on Oakfield Trails, hit that like button so other buyers can find it. And I'd love for you to drop a comment. Are you Team Oakfield, right? You love it? You love the resort style vibe? Or is it too many fees and you're out? Which one are you? I'm Kathryn Newman, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.